Hi everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk. This is part 2 in our series about changing bad habits. If you haven't seen part 1, I would highly recommend that you go and watch it. In it, I talk more in detail about how habits are formed, and I give you a brief introduction about what to expect. So if you haven't seen it and you wish to, check it out here by clicking on this link. Today, however, I'm going to be discussing with you 10 steps that will help you to achieve your goals. Whether that's a New Year's resolution or a long-term goal that you've not been able to accomplish yet, these steps will help you. Keep in mind, however, that everybody is different.
Different? Different? Ha! I got you now, you fraud! Hey, Edna!
What?
This guy don't know what he's talking about!
What's he talking about, Henry?
He's saying that everybody's different! Let me show you different. You ain't seen my family. Different. This is my brother, Henry Jr. And then this guy here, well, that's my pappy, Henry Sr. And then my great-grandpa Henry. And then the most beautiful one of them all, the one that gives me life, my mama, Geraldine. See the resemblance?
Lastly, keep in mind that not all habits are the same. Some habits are easier to overcome than others. So don't despair and don't give up. So without further ado, let's get started with step number 1. It's important to note that we cannot simply eradicate a bad habit. We need to replace it with a better, healthier habit. Seldom can we ever give up something cold turkey and succeed. It happens, but it's rare. Let's look at it this way. Every habit you have, whether good or bad, was created by you in order to benefit you. Whether that was physical, emotional, mental, whether it was to avoid work, to avoid stress or boredom. Let's look at a smoker that's smoking in order to release stress. After their cigarette, generally speaking, they're going to feel pretty good. But now let's remove that cigarette. Take it away cold turkey. What does that smoker have left when stress hits? Nothing. So now they've lost their only method, their only mechanism of being able to cope with that stress. And now their dream of overcoming this habit is going to be destroyed because they're going to feel so frustrated. Instead, let's replace the cigarette with another habit that's better, healthier. And now, that same person can feel fulfilled even during times of stress, but they don't have to resort back to cigarettes. Let's remember that our brain doesn't differentiate between good habits or bad habits. It just stores them, and then we automatically end up doing it after time. So don't give up. Don't be too hard on yourself. Step 2. Find the root of your habit. This is a very important step, and it's going to require soul searching. Because sometimes we create habits in order to help us deal with sadness, stress, anxiety, depression, loneliness, boredom. But it's important to identify the triggers, the events that have led us to create these habits. Ask yourself questions such as, where was I when it happened? What was I doing? Who was I with? How often does it happen? And more importantly, how do I feel before, during, and after? Let me give you some examples. Certain people will eat when they feel sad, lonely, depressed. So you would link the habit, the eating, with the trigger. So in this case, it's the emotion. It's important that no matter what, you really take the time to assess why that habit is even there. What is it helping you to avoid or to deal with?
Find the roots of them bad habits, eh?
Hey, Henry!
Yes, Edna dear.
I need you to do them dishes. I need you to take out them trashes. You need to kill the turkey for Uncle Elliot, slaughter the pig for Aunt Emma, strangle the sheep for Uncle Raphael, and then you need to milk them cows since they've been mooing since 5 in the morning and they are driving me crazy.
I think I found them roots for them bad habits. Here's to you, Edna.
So once you've found the root of your habit, it's important to create a plan of action in order to counteract it. Let's take the smoker that I spoke about earlier, that releases stress by smoking. What are they going to do when stress starts pouring in and they don't want to reach for that cigarette? You need to make sure that your plan of action is in place, implemented, and ready to go when that stress starts coming in. You don't want to wait until the last minute, because what's going to happen is that if you don't have your plan of action ready and rehearsed, you're going to just fall back into what you know best, your bad habit. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. But in the time that it takes me to post the next one, I would ask that you do two things. First, find a healthy alternative to replace the bad habit that you're struggling with. And two, do some soul searching. Find where the root of this habit came from. Where did it originate? Now, this might bring you down paths you don't want to deal with, but if at all possible, it will help you in the steps to come. If you like what I do here, consider subscribing. Become part of the family, because together we can help each other, and together we can make a difference. As always, this is a discussion. If you have any ideas, suggestions, opinions, stories, share with us in the comments below. Perhaps one of your stories will help someone, or perhaps someone will be able to help you. I look forward to reading them. So until the next video, stay safe, stay happy, and stay hopeful. Bye for now.